Welcome to 108 Gates, where we're doing the Divine Feminine reading. Hope you are well. Welcome to this space where we're going to explore what's going on at the moment. As I'm shuffling the cards, looking at the astrological configurations at this moment, which you can utilise at any point. Mars 2 degrees in Capricorn, really feeling strong. It's feeling quite substantial in that it's like, if you haven't seen yesterday's readings, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, I would recommend you do that because they were quite poignant in making a point about how things have been moved backwards or how you can move yourself forward in quite a significant way. Let's see what happens today, because it might just be as poignant, hopefully. So, being productive, being active and proactive. So, 2 degrees Capricorn, we have Mars, which really feels like it's ushering in some kind of momentum, some kind of, not a push forward, but it's like ushering certain things forward, ushering certain momentum, ushering certain things to click into a different place. It really is trying to utilise the shifting that Pluto has been doing through Capricorn for so many years. And Pluto is at 29 degrees Capricorn, so it's still there. And also because Mars is the ruler of Aries, and Aries currently has Chiron at 15 degrees, it does feel like it's really supporting that energy of healing as we go along. And go along as we're healing. Right, finally, hello. Insight into how things are moving, how things are progressing, how things are not progressing. And this is going to give you that power, that surge of energy that's not been utilised, can start being utilised to direct where this insight is focusing. There's a lot of things trying to come in, and the way in which they're coming in is that there's a lot of things that are new to yourself. There's a lot of things that are new in the way of emotions, feeling new thought patterns, feeling new confidence, and there's a lot of new things that are not familiar, so it's not as easy to speak about it. It's not as easy to navigate it. So this insight is going to provide some backstory, if that makes sense, to the new things that are coming in. So, for example, if you are now clearing the energy of something that was detrimental and knocked your confidence, now through this healing and shifting the perspective of how you see it, this allows you now to heal it quicker, utilise the healing, and then start being more confident again in a particular area. So the insight is going to be like not so much the jigsaw puzzle, but the glue to hold the jigsaw puzzle together. So if you were actually going to have this jigsaw puzzle as a thing on the wall, like a piece of art on the wall or something like that, you'd want to glue the pieces down first. So it's like you've got the jigsaw puzzle, now you're getting the jigsaw puzzle sorted, and then you're going to be gluing the pieces down to actually have something that you can utilise long term. Very strange analogy, but that's what's coming in. And if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Thank you to the new and welcome to the new subscribers, and thank you to you that have been with me now for a while. Appreciate you. Cooperation. Ooh, that feels heavy. Right, let's get another one. Wow, okay. Or not. They just flicked in my hand, so they can't really. That's a bit weird. I'm gonna. There's a lot of jumping energies right now, so we're going to lay off those and get the other ones. Let's get the Divine Feminine cards. Right, so these ones are feeling a little bit more stable, feeling a bit more settled, but on a very high alert, observant space. So these are feeling like they're a pole. We're putting the pole in, and now we're going to be adding certain things to it. It literally feels like a structure is being built. So insight, cooperation, the insight provides you an idea or a framework of who to cooperate with, who not to cooperate with. When you cooperated with a particular person, this was the outcome. Therefore, not doing it again. So carrying your cup with care, carrying your attention with care, carrying yourself with a level of confidence, with a level of self-love that it's known, it's seen. So if you even look at the horse has got a certain level of confidence as well. So it's not just yourself, it's the horse as well. Whatever you're doing it with a certain level of healthy pride. You're doing it with a certain level of acknowledgement of like, this is actually worthwhile. So if the horse was something like a project, is something you can actually feel proud about, is something that you're building your confidence with and in, so that you can proudly say, this is what I'm doing. So that begs the question then, have you been doing things just to get by? Where have you been doing things just to do that extra thing because you have to? It feels like there's a shift happening here in terms of having more things that you actually enjoy doing coming in, having a deeper connection with how you do things. So even if you enjoy cooking, it may be that you had to cook and you felt kind of like the monotony of it, but now you're going into mode of cooking, but you're enjoying it, you're exploring, you're experimenting, you're learning new dishes, learning new how to work with different spices or things like that. You're really getting creative with that. And that also comes in with the cooperation then. It's like cooperating with yourself in a different way. So you're actually allowing yourself to be more explorative. You're being more creative. And this is expanding so much of you. So 3 of Swords. This is feeling very strongly along the lines of those things that you had hurt around, that you felt penalised around, that you felt was detrimental to you, and disappointment, all that kind of stuff. The 3 of Swords normal vibe is coming up this time. It doesn't always come up this way with this deck, but it's coming up with that. And you're not staying stuck in that anymore. You're literally walking away from that. You're protecting your cup. You're holding your cup. You're holding your cup high and saying, yes, I went through this heartache, heartbreak, but now I'm getting insight as to why and how I allowed it to happen, how these things came to be, and why some of it, why. Not all of it. You don't need to know the whys a lot of the time right now. So right now, the why seems less important. It's more about get the insight. Don't go into the nitty-gritty of it so much, because the nitty-gritty is already felt. And as you're feeling the nitty-gritty, cooperating with yourself and with others and with certain projects in a different way, this is shifting so much that you're coming out with your victorious cup. You're walking out with the cup that you need for your 10 of Cups. This is a significant cup now. Now we've got the 10 of Cups here. So that cup, allowing you to access your 10 of Cups, that cup is significantly going to unlock so much of your self-love, so much of your self-respect, so much of your positive regard for yourself. Going for it. You're going into this. Okay, this feels great. I know it's not going to sound great, but it does. You're going into those spaces that you avoided before because there was so much heartache, heartbreak, disappointment, all those things. And as you're going into these spaces, you're feeling more invigorated to do more of the work around these disappointments. Excuse me, I seem to have a sniffle. Sorry. So this is what's really fueling this shift and change. It's fueling the moving from woe is me to yes is me. This is feeling very much so of Aries. Aries with Chiron at 15 degrees. So Chiron, 15 degrees. And that power, that energy, that fuel is fueling the loving of your life, the loving of your activities, the loving of yourself, the loving of what you're going to be doing, the loving of where you're heading. This unusually feels very much so Mars. 2 degrees Capricorn. Right. This has come up before. It's coming up in the same manner. That usually with the 9 of Cups, you have a particular person in the room with the cups, and it's kind of gloating about the cups. I don't get this with this card. I don't get it with this deck. What I feel with this one is you've got 9 cups. You've got 9 cups that are protected. You've got 9 cups that are in that room because you have done the work to get them. Hence, you now getting your 10th cup, literally getting your 10th cup. This leading you to new ways of loving yourself, new ways of being in your home. You may even be opening avenues for a new home, for a new living space. It may be a new workspace, whatever it is. It's fueling something positive, loving, kind, caring, compassionate for yourself. And these cups are to be honoured in the way that they are there, because you are the one who's had to do the work to get those cups there. You are the one who's had to build this room for it to be protected in. You are the one who's had to make sure that these cups are staying clean and cleansed and purified and protected, basically. So if you're doing all this work to protect your cups, your emotional well-being, your emotional intelligence, this is why now you're getting rewarded with that 10th cup. Accept it, receive it, and believe in your own ability to keep it sustained. The Fool coming in, interesting with this deck is she's smelling the flower, but she can't see the snake. So she might be able to feel it actually, but she's not seeing it because of the blindfold and the way she's got her hand up, or she might just be comfortable with snakes. The point is, we weren't aware of the threats, but now this insight about the threats, the insight about how we were maybe too trusting in certain ways, or too cooperative with the wrong people, or too cooperative in certain situations, pulling that back and bringing it back to self and getting that insight of how to change, how to be more protected of self, protective of self, protective of people who are actually beneficial to us, who are actually loving and nurturing and supportive of us. So the 9 of Cups then seems even more important. You've gone through this heartache. Now you're willing and able to do what it takes to come out of this heartache. You're willing and able to make sure that you could get over this heartache, this heartbreak, and heal, allowing the healing to happen, allowing the healing to flow through. Then you're ready and able, but with a different intention, because you're aware that in the past you were smelling the flower but you weren't seeing the snake, aware that you allowed certain people or certain things to slip in and you weren't aware of it. So that insight of not being aware of certain things automatically upgrades your emotional intelligence. It upgrades your ability to kind of scan the room, scan the situation, scan people, scan certain things, trusting more so your emotions. This again here, part of your cups that have been collected, one of those cups, 2 of those cups, however many, is part of that, is understanding your emotions, understanding your feelings. So when you have that gut reaction of, I don't like this person, I don't feel comfortable about this person, I'm not sure what it is, you're trusting it instead of just giving them the benefit of the doubt. Giving the benefit of the doubt keeps coming up a lot lately. How many mistakes or how many wrong turns have we taken away from our higher potential because of giving people the benefit of the doubt? When we give the wrong person the benefit of the doubt, it takes us into some weird places. This is feeling as though there's certain things that have been accumulated, certain very strange. Okay, let's keep going. There's certain things that have been accumulated that you're letting go of, that you have to let go of. They've not been easy to let go of because you've put a lot of work and energy and effort into it. So it's really coming up with some reluctance to let go of it. But you're seeing the benefit of it because it's tainted. It's coming from a less than healthy background. It's coming from a less than healthy root. So I don't know how to quite. Something's going up, something's going off. Let's just get another card rather than trying to get it all from that one. Right, okay. Wow. Okay. Certain heartbreak, heartache, disappointments, all that stuff that was in that 3 of Swords. A part of this reclaiming of your cups, protecting your cups, it means that something is burning off. And I don't know why I'm seeing it like this, but I am seeing it like this time. That there's the smoke that's coming up, the burning of the flames. There's certain things you've accumulated. There's certain things that you've worked towards, and you've put so much time, energy, and effort into it that it's really feeling difficult to let go of it. The thing is, those things that have been accumulated in a particular way, with particular people, in a particular time, have also been knotted in and entangled with certain things that are not favourable for you. So those things have to be with the insight, and where you are cooperating with less than favourable people, or in less than ideal situations. Those energies have to be burnt off. It could be that you actually have to physically give something away, or you have to do some kind of exchange, but something can't remain the way it is right now. I don't feel like this has been identified. I don't feel it's been identified, because I don't know why it's coming this way, but I'm just literally reading the cards, reading the energy. So these two hands, you can assume one is you and one is someone else, or it's with something, other entity, like some other project or something, and that coming together, that union, that wants to come together with greater harmony, with greater peace, especially because you've got 10 of cups here, and then you're carrying a cup there. It wanting to bring it together, really, really supported to come together in a healthy way. So that means maybe the coming together of this is happening as these things are being burnt off. So as you're burning off certain karmic loops, as you're burning off certain energy entanglements, or if you're burning off certain emotional attachments to things, it could be that it's leading to this union, this kind of coming together of something. It's not necessarily that it's a new person or anything like that. It could be just simply that as you're burning off karma, and you're burning off certain residue of this Three of Swords over here, hence the wands, you're doing that process of burning it off, you're doing that process of acknowledging it happened, you're doing that process of seeing it truthfully for what it is. And as that's burning off, is bringing in the Two of Cups in a more holistic and loving and compassionate manner. It's actually harmonious. So it even could be on so many levels. It could be physically, it could be actually with another person or another project, it could be within yourself, your inner yin yang. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is your inner yin yang as well, because like we are doing divine feminine, and after this I'll do the divine masculine reading, and a lot of you I know are actually preferring it, doing it this way, because you benefit from seeing where your own inner yin and your own inner yang is at a conflicting point sometimes. So how we can bring those together and bring in the harmony. So insight and cooperation, again, within yourself. So this Two of Cups feels really profound. It feels really heartwarming. It feels emotionally safe. It feels emotionally supported, divinely supported. It's really feeling quite golden. Right, so you've got Three of Swords with the Five of Swords. This is feeling tricky, and not feeling tricky as in like you can't do it. It's feeling tricky as in like it's where you're going to be learning how to sustain your support of yourself, not to be looking away. When you see something difficult, you look at it and you acknowledge it, you assess it, you allow yourself to move on from it. Whereas in the past it may not have been so easy to do that. For some it may still be difficult and not a place you want to go. That's completely fine. Again, another split occurring here, and it does feel like a split because some of these things are not going to be easy to acknowledge the deeper truth of straight away. All progress is progress. That's all I'm going to say. So moving on. All progress is progress. Rawr. It's confirming more and more of what I'm saying over here. You're going with the Ace of Wands. You're going with that feeling and that gusto of 15 degrees of Aries, having Chiron there, sitting there, doing the healing, doing the process of where have you had that conflict coming up, the heartbreak, like it's all here. It's just swords and the Five of Coins, where you have that kind of like you've got a definite vibe over here and a definite vibe over here. So where you felt like you may have been misled, you may have been lied to, you may have been all those things like that over here. I don't want to list so many because it just feels like you could go down a different rabbit hole. But letting that come up, letting the truth of it coming up, and therefore seeing, yes, that wound was quite deep. Yes, that wound possibly still there. It needs to be healed. And once it's healed, let it go. Letting it go. Yes, there may be inner conflict because how could I have done that? Woe is me. So right now, the two figures in this card here, so there and there, literally like remembering certain things, like the third eye, memories of certain things, emotions of certain things coming up, reminiscing about certain things, and not in a really like sweet kind way. It's more to do with how could I have been foolish to do that? How could I have stepped into that situation? How could I have stepped into that scenario? How could I have stepped into that relationship? Even when I knew I shouldn't have done it, why did I do it anyway? These are the kind of questions that the why seems less and less relevant, and it's more to do with that's what happened, now what? This is what happened, now what? So the why is just going to pull you back. So getting, not always, the why is useful too. Why is there for a reason, but for some reason right now here with this this configuration and this kind of structure, the why is not important. The why is just going to pull you down back into the rabbit hole of why. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Half these things now, we don't need to know why. It's because the why is complicating things. We just need to know, this is what happened. What am I going to do now? This happened. What am I going to do now to lead myself out and into my cup space, into my loving space? That's what's going to be burning off the connection to that. That's what's going to be burning off the karma from that. Right, so we're going to get one more card. Really, really dig in this. I knew this was coming. I said it a few days ago, didn't I? That I can feel that some readings are really going in deep, and extendeds are going to be warranted. So when I get to a certain point, I do want to start including extendeds. But again, I'm waiting for a certain amount of people to say that they want extended for me to be able to actually do it. So you can either emails in the box below. You can let me know in the comments, whatever it is. If you want extended with some of these readings. So Page of Swords, she's got that look on her face again. She had it yesterday, the same look, the same feel, the same emotion coming through of looking at certain things, looking at certain scenarios, situations. They've got to go. Can't look at the why, can't keep mulling over it and like glossing over certain things, whatever. The truth is there. Truth is being seen. Acknowledge it, and now let's move on. Let the healing happen. Let the believing in yourself come in, and then just moving forward to make sure that you're utilising this for your benefit. So that's the Divine Feminine reading. I'm going to upload this, and then I'm doing the Divine Masculine reading. So see you there. And also the January 2024 readings are up, so you can get those in the individual playlists. So for now, peace and love.